Oh man, you are cordially invited to share my pain today. We are joined by the What the Ellie Cat of Peace today. And if you like the videos, like, sub, silly, comment, share, support the channel if you can. I appreciate it. Thanks. Super chat, PayPal, Patreon. Super comment the video. It does help, obviously. We're going to talk about the groupthink, the virtue signaling in the FGC. And we're also going to talk about EVO 2026, right? And oh my, oh my Jesus. So I saw this recently. I don't follow Sajam, but sometimes you get these things get promoted. And so I saw this post, talked about it on stream today, but Tokan is such a fascinating example of how groupthink changes what you are allowed to say in regards to how you feel about a game. It's so important to be consistent with your own interpretation of what's in front of you and not get used. Let's look at some of the, I mean, we could, wait, that's me. This is the quality control we have here on the FGC on NBC. We're gonna try to get to everything. Where's Sajam? Right. Talked about on stream today, blah, blah, blah. For example, my exact same opinion about the game 6 months ago, then when it was the savior of fighting games. Wait, Tokan was the same? Wasn't it 2XKO that's supposed to be the... Oh my God. This is painful to read. We got SoCal Honey Badger. Don't you lead the group think? I would agree with that. He is one of the leaders. Now you get caught with your pants down doing the wrong speak and they want to eat you too. You know, again, Sajam is a huge virtue signaler. We've talked about how fake this guy is before. I mean, groupthink. Oh my God, this shit is painful, dude. The leaders of the community are so fucking fake, dude. Sajam, remember when he wasn't going to go to EVO because he wanted to support the victims of the FGC, people that have been wronged by it? Oh, but wait, a lot of people made up lies about Clayton, and he won't make money if he defends me. So, yeah, I'm not going to defend Clayton, but I want to defend the victims of the UFC people, or UFC, FGC, people that have been wronged, right? So I'm not going to go to EVO, even though EVO was already canceled because of COVID. The dude is fake as fuck. Talking about interpretations of games. Do you remember when Sajam was supposedly supposed to debate me about Guilty Gear Strive because I was going to be wrong when I was predicting how the game was going to work? And I was like, fine, I'll debate you. I don't care. His audience is like, yeah, finally, Sajam, he knows so much more than Clayton, even though Clayton has been predicting games for all these years. And guess what? Sajam never went through with the debate. And then a bunch of Sajam's haters of mine, fans of his, were like, well, it doesn't count. Sajam can't debate you anymore because you predicted the game too early, so it doesn't count anymore. What? I mean, what are you talking about? We're going to get into EVO. I'm going to talk about more about video game stuff, not just me. Obviously it's my own channel, so we're going to talk about me too. But again, groupthink, just so fake as fuck. Sajam is one of the leaders of groupthink. Ridiculous virtue signaler. I can't even speak English. Talking about this shit is so mind-numbingly stupid. Then I saw this. Okay, where is this clip? Oh my Lord. I got recommended this video, this button check. Sometimes people tell me to watch button check, and I see button check. He supports people like Buttmonger and shouts them out. This is like the same thing that one Brian guy. The Brian guy got cancer, and then he shouted out Buttmonger as being so supportive and what a great leader of the fighting game community is. Buttmonger makes fun of people with cancer, you fucking idiot. Seriously, cancer went to that guy's brain, apparently. But anyway.
Process is so much slower than any kind of even limited training mode. Like in the gameplay footage, the combos you see me doing with Ghost Rider, I'm very certain these are not anywhere near optimal, right? This is what I could learn in like an hour of messing around before I headed online against a not terribly cooperative computer. So if you're worrying about what's optimal or what's swaggy or what's cool, we're not really going to figure that out in a beta, especially without training mode. Give it time. The biggest thing I can ever say about that, just out of the gate, is I've seen this argument a lot over the years for a lot of games. And let me tell you, every time it's brought up, this game has no depth, this game has no tech, this game has no this, that, or the other, it's always wrong. Every single time. Really as simple as that. Let the game breathe.
How y'all feeling about that?
Okay, first of all, Button Check, why the fuck are you supporting this guy when this is the same guy that... Are people forgetting? First of all, the idea that you can't find any tech in a video game without a training mode. How much tech in Dragon Ball FighterZ was I talking about without even playing the game, just looking at the footage of the game? How often have I predicted games and the meta of the games and what is possible in the game without a training mode? Buttmonger is for Buttmonger to be virtue signaling, like, oh, you shouldn't judge this game without, a training mode, all this kind of stuff. He's the same person that used to go on video and would try to tell people that I faked cancer and that the tech I was doing in games and that I talked about was fake. Remember?
Yeah, they're pretty desperate and sad. Clayton's done nothing but character assassinate himself the whole time he's been trying to go after me. Like, literally deleting his Reddit posts, telling people, you should be thankful I play this game. You should thank me that I want to play your dumb game. Like, oh, fuck me. Double fuck me. Hard to talk and play at the same time. But yeah, Clayton's a piece of shit. He's a giant piece of shit. And he offers literally nothing to the community other than combos that don't work in real matches. Oh, but don't worry, guys.
Do you remember... Buttmonger was so... Let me see. I think I got these posts too late. This is the same guy who still on his Twitter has tons of posts talking about how I supposedly faked cancer. Well, guess what? I'm going back to the hospital in a couple hours. I was in the hospital a couple days ago. I'm still constantly in the hospital from supposedly fake illnesses. I don't know. That seems kind of strange, right? Pretty sure this radiation has done a number on my body. I'm still in and out of the hospital to this day for stuff that he supposedly said is fake, that I faked is not real. This is a guy that is now virtue signaling about, people will always find tech. It's just that we don't have a training mode. This is the same guy that was so insecure about tech that tried to tell people that I faked cancer. He encouraged other people to lie about me. That seems a little bit strange, doesn't it? Oh, like the audacity of this guy to again, virtue signal about, my fucking brain, dude. And people support this guy? A dude that is so insecure about tech that after I helped him to make money, he started lying about me. And encouraged other people to lie about me too. And was trying to say that all the tech I was doing was fake. Now he's like, oh yeah, oh my fucking God. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Is this shit real? Speaking about groupthink, you want to look at this image here, the Evo. When I look at Evo, what the fuck? I just want to say that I think it is insulting to go on a rant about this now for a second, about how fake the fighting game community is. Before you look at this, actually, because I'm going to talk about Super Turbo, I want you to look at the views that Super Turbo still gets. Right? This is again the quality control we have here. This was just 9 hours ago. 9 hours ago, almost 5,000 views. 11 hours ago, 400 views for Street Fighter 3. 7 days ago, 13,000 views for Super Turbo. 7 days ago, 800 views for Street Fighter 3. 2 weeks ago, 15,000 views for Super Turbo. 1,000 views for Street Fighter 3. 16,000 views versus 1,000. 17 versus 2,000. 19 versus 1,000. 17 versus 600 views. 19,000 versus 800. 17 versus 800. 17 versus 800. 17 versus 800. Wow, that's a long time. 19 versus 700. 16 versus 900. You know what? This is what I said before. This idea that Street Fighter 3, now I know Street Fighter 3 is not shown in Evo, but I use this as an example because Street Fighter 3 was at last Evo. I'm like, oh, well, people play on Fightcade. People being in the room on Fightcade does not mean they are playing, you fucking idiot. Right? Super Turbo, people like, no one plays Super Turbo. Nobody watches Super Turbo. I don't know. If you actually go and look at, these tournaments in Japan, Super Turbo is demolishing things like Street Fighter 3. Okay? I think it is actually fucking insulting to not have a game like Super Turbo at Evo. A game that to this day is still played competitively, and every character still wins competitively in Super Turbo. Which is crazy, right? I made so many videos talking about the balance and the chaos in Super Turbo. I'm not saying that everything is good in Super Turbo. I'm not saying there's nothing bad in Super Turbo, but it is a fact that at the highest level at Super Turbo, everything wins. It's amazing the longevity of the game. The game still has an audience that wants to watch it. It still has a player base. And yet you don't have Super Turbo at Evo, but you will have things like what? Vampire Savior? What the fuck? Fist of the North Star? Are you fucking kidding me? Vampire Savior. Darkstalkers. But not Super Turbo. Fist of the North Star? Now, a bit of if I were to be a conspiracy theorist, if you will, when we go back to thinking about groupthink and everything like this, and we thinking about people like Sajam, and God, I've made videos talking about Max was talking about footsies. Dude doesn't even know what footsies is. Damascus, a supposedly community leader. Damascus went from, like I said, shouting me out all the times in tournaments to then pretending that he has never watched my videos. And started promoting people that lied about me. Which again, I think it's also funny. I remember Buttmonger. Buttmonger will say that I fake cancer, and then Buttmonger promoted people while they were faking cancer. Don't forget that. I wonder how much money he made from that. But anyway, Damascus is another guy. Oh, Super Turbo doesn't have footsie. This game isn't good. All this kind of stuff. When I talk about the group think, there is a lot of group think and this virtue. It's almost kind of shilling, right? That old game's bad, new game's good. How many times have I showed that these people, when they talk about Super Turbo, these community leaders, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They don't even know what footsies actually is. They use all these disingenuous arguments, right? Again, if I were to be a conspiracy theorist, I would say that perhaps the people that actually run Evo now, at least we know the community leaders, the shillers of the community, it would seem that they have some financial interest to promote new games, even if they're bad, and not promote old games. Right? I have no idea why Vampire Savior. I don't give a fuck about Darkstalkers. I know some people on my channel, Clayton, talk about Darkstalkers. I don't care about Darkstalkers, so I don't talk about Darkstalkers. I don't know what Darkstalkers has done to get a chance to be at Evo, to be honest with you. It would seem that there could be an ulterior motive that maybe old game bad, old Street Fighter is bad, play the new one. I would say something else that is scary is, I would actually say it's kind of scary that Marvel Tokon is not at this, because that would lead me to believe that Marvel Tokon is not going to be released for a while. And I've said so many times before, games should not be this excessively beta tested. Do we need another, let's say that Tokon is going to come out, I guess, I don't know, late third quarter, late fourth quarter of next year. Do we need another 9 months of beta tests of seeing a game? I sure fucking hope not. It makes games boring. I've said this before. I should actually not be able to predict so many games. I should not be able to look at so many games and tell you what the tech is going to be in the games. I shouldn't be able to do that. You know, people are supposed to be excited for games. Like when you beta test the game for a year, are you really still excited, or are you just that like fucking like thirsty to play something? You know, I don't understand it, dude. I don't understand how people can, you know, it's just insane to me. Don't beta test a game for a goddamn fucking year. Remember what happened with Guilty Gear Strive? Guilty Gear Strive was what? Beta tested for, was it 21 months? 21 months was Guilty Gear Strive. I was like, dude, I predicted this game almost 2 years ago. Please. It's just excessive. Oh, God. And 2XKO. Oh, Jesus Christ. 2XKO. If you like the videos, like, sub, silly comment, share, support the channel if you can. I appreciate it. Thanks. If you like the what the Ellie, what the hell, what the Ellie Berry, if you like the what the Ellie, if you like the what the Halle Berry cat of peace, support the channel. PayPal, Patreon, super comment the video, whatever. The end.